Hey everybody, Drew here from Pellet Cars. Absolutely honored to bring you guys this beautiful 2012 Toyota Corolla LE. It's up from the Baltimore, Maryland area, and it is extremely clean. This car only had one owner. It has an insane amount of service records. We use the Experian history report. It shows no accidents and, again, just tons and tons of service records, which is consistent with the way the car looks. It's just about perfect inside and out because it's from the South. It's super clean underneath. We'll get to all of that. It's also got brand new front brake pads and rotors, and it's got brand new tires all the way around. So I want to point out to you as many flaws as possible that don't jump out in the photos. That's the purpose of these videos, is we don't want you to be surprised when you get here to test drive it. That's no fun for anybody. And we ship probably 35% of our cars out of state, and we definitely don't want you to be surprised if the first time you see it in person's in your driveway. So we'll start up front. The front bumper, as you see here, it has, there I am, hello. It has some scratches on it here. And up front, probably the biggest flaw in the car is it's got these stone chips on the hood, which, you know, we of course can touch them up, but, you know, then you see little globs of black paint. The other thing is, and this is, it's a good thing and a bad thing. You see how this almost looks like it's dirty? It's not. Those are like microscopic little chips because this is plastic, and that's from like road debris at high speed. High speed means it was driven on the highway. Highway miles aren't as bad for a car as city miles. So we know that this, you know, this front bumper, which according to the history report, of course, wasn't ever replaced or anything like that. It's got some scratches, and it's got, you know, expressway or interstate rash on it, which tells us it spent time there and not on city streets where it's constantly stopping and going and shifting and all that jazz. So little cosmetic flaws consistent with a 13-year-old car that is, again, way above average. Now, you're going to notice, and I apologize it's not all been cleaned off, some of this stuff around the car. This is a southern thing. It's like a pollen. A lot of Virginia, Maryland cars and south of that have it. It's like a pollen that gets like super stuck to it from the humidity. Likely this car was parked under a tree, and you could see some of it in here too. That is absolutely positively not rust. You see that it comes off with my nail. It was just missed in the cleaning process, and it's like a pollen. You can see again, comes off right like that. So there you go. Brand new front tires, brand new rear tires. Not sure if you can see inside there, but the brake rotors are, I'm going to try to give you a shot. Brake rotors and pads are brand new. You can see there's, yeah, there you go. That orange stuff is the lubricant for the calipers there. So those are brand new. Car drives as good as it looks. It is a black car, so like little tiny things like that little chip and ding really jump out at you. Again, not in those photos, which is why we do this. There's a light scratch on the side of the car here. There's a better shot of me. Hello. Little scratch here, just stuff like that throughout. By the way, this isn't like a standard black car. If you look from this angle, it is a pearlescent metallic black. It's really pretty color. Just, you know, it doesn't, it certainly isn't humble about its scratches. So, or I guess I should say it is humble because it shows them, right? So it's got some crack in the clear coat there. This is plastic, so don't worry about that rusting or anything. And speaking of rust, it is absurdly clean underneath. And the reason for that is, even though Baltimore, Maryland, that area would include like Philadelphia, Baltimore, and even into Virginia a little bit, parts of New Jersey. It's on the other side of that mountain range, and they get almost 100 hours more sunshine each of the winter months. Rochester gets 77 hours of sunshine in December. They get like 160. That combined with only about a quarter as much, an eighth to a quarter as much snow as we get, like 100 inches less than us. It just hasn't seen the winters of a Rochester car, which is why we strive to always bring cars from down there, because a 2012 in Rochester would be very rusted out. So little, again, just, you know, your little scratches. This is consistent with somebody like brushing up against it with their body as they put stuff in the back, because they go every which way. That's common. And like in the door handles and things like that, there's some light scratches, but and then there's some scratches from their heels getting in and out. This is plastic. It won't rust. It's a plastic cover. They started doing this instead of using metal. It's like made out of the same stuff as the bumpers. They started doing this for this generation of Corolla. So underneath, again, like there's your brake lines and stuff. Look at that. You know, the exhaust, everything is just in absolutely remarkable condition. You know, these cars were known to last forever, but they can't last forever if they rust out. So inside, yeah, this was absolutely not smoked in, probably not even eaten in. It was absurdly clean when it showed up. It has no odors or anything like that. That's actually my own dirt from driving it here to take this video. By the way, we're off-site. Our office is kind of in a rural setting, and they put down the oil on the road with the stones in it, that old school way of paving, so it's kind of miserable to try to keep a car clean shooting those videos. So we're off-site. That's my own dirt driving it here. It's got automatic transmission, cruise control, power windows, power locks. This is an upgraded stereo with Bluetooth. This is huge, by the way. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety said in 2006, if every car in the U.S. had this, there'd be 10,000 less fatalities per year in single car crashes, meaning a car doesn't hit another car. A car skids out and hits like a tree or something. It is standard in this car. It has it right there. It's called Vehicle Stability Control. It is awesome. It protects somebody from losing control in an emergency maneuver and crashing as a result. So awesome there. USB auxiliary input. It's got the multi-information display with like outside temperature and all of that jazz. Also, it's a revised Corolla. 09, 10, and 11 didn't have a clock here, which drove people nuts. This one does. Just incredibly clean, and is back to safety, by the way. Of course, it's got an airbag here and there, but it's also got an airbag that comes out right here and protects both front people's, like ribs and hips from the door, and all four window passengers have an airbag that comes down and protects their head from the glass. So it protects you, it tries to prevent you from crashing and protects you very well if you unfortunately do. So really no flaws to speak of inside the car, just like little stuff like this that's expected, light scratches. I apologize for the wind, by the way. There is this like scuff stain kind of thing going on back here, which we hope to get out, but you know, it's not necessarily promising, so just assume that that'll be there. It's very light. We just get right up on it like that for you, so there's no surprises. Under the hood is super clean. This has the bulletproof 4-speed automatic transmission. Corolla's used forever. And then the upgraded, for 2009, they upgraded the 1.8-liter engine. It has dual variable valve timing, which means that it can adjust itself almost infinitely. So there is no compromise between efficiency and power. It's efficient when it needs to be, and then it changes all its valve timing, intake and exhaust cams to be, you know, powerful when it needs it and efficient when it needs it. The floor mats are like new, which is just another example of somebody cared about this car enough to constantly vacuum it, to constantly keep it clean. They didn't eat in it. And again, the maintenance records are extremely impressive. Those are available on request. Again, we use Experian. The same people who handle like credit reports also handle car history, and they do a little bit of a better job than Carfax, and we can get you that if you want it. We're going to take a ride. The best thing about this car is the way it drives. I'm certainly not going to pick on Honda Civic as I compare Corolla and Civic. This is where these videos kind of get a little bit of retro review for you. The Corolla, so Toyota's roots in coming to the United States was they adjusted their manufacturing for American buyers and American roads. They learned that in 1955 with the failure of the Toyota Crown. And, you know, throughout the 60s, they really just nailed making their cars for the American market more American. That's all changed now because even American cars ride like European cars. But what I'm getting at is this Corolla is from the era when their main goal was to isolate you from the road. You don't feel every bump. It's not all road noise. It's not all about handling, which candidly is silly in a car with 140 horsepower because you're not throwing it through curves and taking it on a race course. You're driving it on the interstate to work. So this car is particularly smooth, unlike Civic, which is more fun to drive, but you know, definitely tuned a little bit tighter, and sportiness is a bigger priority than comfort. So you can tell which one I like more. Sorry for the bias. But these Corollas, they just ride great. They ride like a small Camry. Again, nowadays, you know, this was 13 years ago. It came out in 09, 16 years ago. It was designed in 08, 17 years ago. Nowadays, everybody I guess, wants. I don't. A lot of people that I talk to don't. But the market aims towards, you know, super stiff cars that handle really tight. This car has a softer ride in a much more comfort-oriented manner on the road, which, again, I think personally is fantastic, and I hope you do too. It's just a pleasure to drive. You're not aware of the engine and transmission. It just goes, it's smooth, it does its job very well. As you see, we're going 60 miles per hour, which is too much for where I am, so I apologize for that. On this little straightaway, I'm gonna take my hand off the wheel, drives perfectly straight. I hit the brakes really hard there. No shakes, no shimmies, no rattle, no drama. Just a perfect driving car. These Corollas, again, they age very well, even when they're neglected, but to find one that's, you know, one owner, this clean, not rusty, and has maintenance records is just getting really tough on cars this old. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to buy this car, you can do so through our website, www.pellicars.com, and have it shipped directly to you. But of course, we would love to meet you in person and have you test drive it. As you see, we're in the country. It's even more so at our shop. We're on the outskirts, our office. We're on the outskirts of Brockport, New York, which is in between Rochester and Buffalo. We could ship this car anywhere, but again, if you're local, we'd love to meet you in person and have you do your test drive. Nice, comfortable roads to do so on. And if this video was just entertaining and helpful for car shopping purposes, but you don't plan to buy this car, and you feel so inclined to give the video a thumbs up, we'd appreciate it. It's super helpful for our YouTube channel and the presence of our business. A little bit about us. We're all about full transparency. As you've seen in this video, it is a completely pressure-free environment. If the video's not enough and you want to come drive it, by all means do so. Nobody's going to ask you to buy anything. You're welcome to go home, think about it, and then wrap it up over email anyway. So again, if the video was just beneficial to your shopping and you want to, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, just subscribe to the channel. I'm Drew for Pella Cars. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.